Make sure you check out the new Millions of Milkshakes in Culver City at the Westfield Mall. I love it. It'll be awesome. Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal joining hundreds of kids at the Los Angeles Boys and Girls Club to debut his very own milkshake.
Now, he already has a pretty cool name, and now a milkshake has his name, too.
NBA star Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake.
NBA star Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake.
NBA star Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake.
NBA star Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake.
Shaquille O'Neal is shaking things up in SoCal.
Star Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake.
Shaquille O'Neal has his own milkshake.
Now you can pack his punch in a milkshake.
You've heard of a milkshake, but what about a milk shack?
Shaquille O'Neal now has his own milkshake at the Millions of Milkshake store in Culver City, California.
The Milk Shack.
How about a Shackalicious milkshake? Millions of milkshakes, millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes. Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes. What would you have in your shake?
Shaq is in LA gearing up for the Celtics-Lakers game tomorrow, but he spent the day at the Westfield Culver City Shopping Center, designing his very own milkshake at the Millions of Milkshakes.
The Millions of Milkshakes store in Culver City. Shaq got to shake it up with the kids and put together his favorite flavors. He says he owes the Boys and Girls Clubs a debt of gratitude.
Growing up in the projects, my father, he had, specific orders. Go over there, play ball, do your homework, be a leader, not a follower, and don't leave that building until I come get you. And it was a place that, kept me away from all the negativity.
Is there a Pamela Anderson milkshake?
There is. A vegan milkshake at Millions of Milkshakes. I just launched that the other day with PETA.
What goes into it?
Rice milk and, coconut, pineapple, all sorts of good stuff.
Have a good sweet taste?
It's very good. Yeah, you have to check it out.
Where do you get it?
Millions of Milkshakes.
You know it's coming. Millions of milkshakes, baby. Stepping up the plane, heading to my seat.
At Westfield and Culver City at Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes.
Today in Culver City, Ron Artest performed the song
Champions from his upcoming album.
Lucky shoppers in Culver City.
More than 1,000 screaming fans crowded into the Westfield Mall in Culver City.
Artest will be performing tonight at the Westfield Culver City at a place called Millions of Milkshakes.
Ron Artest, he was performing at the Westfield Culver City Mall. It is insane. This mall is just going crazy for him. I know we always exaggerate and say there's a lot of people. When he leaves this concert, it's like hundreds of people running down this massive mall hallway.
Miley is looking to cool down with a milkshake at Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes?
The Insider.
But when you're a star, you don't just order your milkshake. You're allowed to get behind the counter and make your own.
You can wait right here.
Miley Cyrus and Justin Gaston leaving millions of milkshakes in West Hollywood.
TMZ. Last night, Hanayli Montyrus, along with B-Ray and her dog, showed up at Millions of Milkshakes, a specialty milkshake parlor in West Hollywood.
Millions of milkshakes for Miley!
We got a treat at Millions of Milkshakes.
It's so crazy there. It's literally like a supermarket of shakes.
Basically, you can put anything you want in it. I've had gummy worms and chocolate chiplets.
In a milkshake?
Yeah, it's so good.
You just blend her right in. Anyway, so we went there. We saw the owner, Shiraz. Ironically, he's opening a new store in Culver City.
Did you guys know about the new location?
Where is it at?
Westfield Mall, Culver City.
The turnout is amazing.
Millions of milkshakes.
They created their own milkshake. And Hollywood.tv captured the scene last night as Lindsay Lohan and 16-year-old sister Allie arrived at LA's celeb hotspot, Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of Milkshakesなんですが
Lindsay's Pap Attack. Chaos as Lindsay Lohan heads into Millions of Milkshakes in Hollywood. Must be some seriously good shakes to brave that crowd.
Lindsay Lohan, she went to Millions of Milkshakes. She was creating her signature milkshake.
I like these cameras in my face. Who doesn't? Like, it's attention, and I don't think there's many people out there that say I don't want any attention.
I think a third party is a brilliant idea. There is so much baggage.
He says he's done speaking out about Lindsay. Michael says he's going to zip his lips.
That's troubled Lindsay Lohan mixing a milkshake in West Hollywood with her little sister Allie at her side.
Party connoisseur Lindsay brought her often shy 16-year-old sister Allie to a camera-infested charity gig at LA's Millions of Milkshakes Monday.
Welcome to Access Hollywood. Yesterday, Lindsay took a break from her partying ways, enjoying lunch with sister Allie and friends, and later making a shake auctioned off for charity at Millions of Milkshakes, an establishment owned by the paparazzi.
So how do two sisters cope with family stress? Milkshake therapy, of course.
Now, what about Lindsay Lohan making milkshakes?
She went to Millions of Milkshakes last night.
Here's Pamela Anderson. Now she's going to get a milkshake, and look how she arrived. Hundreds of people at Millions of Milkshakes greeting her. Wow.
That is some sort of strange, bizarro, red carpet rock concert outside of Millions of Milkshakes.
Now, Pamela Anderson is turning her attention to what we eat. The former model's come up with a new range of vegan milkshakes. Now she's hoping this new shake will encourage others to follow her lead.
Pamela Anderson, she did Millions of Milkshakes.
You're right, Nate.
She did a vegan milkshake. She's run around the place.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Feel better?
It was Fandemonium as the Baywatch Babe made an appearance at Millions of Milkshakes in West Hollywood Friday, where she debuted her signature new drink.
From dancing to dieting, Pamela Anderson is proving she knows a few things about shakes at Millions of Milkshakes.
Who wins the paparazzi prize? Who else? Pam plus little white dress equals chaos at Hollywood's Millions of Milkshakes event.
Now, the most watched entertainment news magazine in the world.
He and Kim hit up Millions of Milkshakes in Hollywood after their performance. Hey, they earned it to make their own signature shakes.
Milkshake, bring the boys to the yard.
And it apparently also brought dancing's Chad Ochocinco to Millions of Milkshakes in West Hollywood.
Chad Ochocinco. They go over to Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of Milkshakes?
Yeah.
Millions of Milkshakes, Pamela Anderson, making the first vegan shake.
Hi, I'm Pamela Anderson. Come check out my vegan milkshake at Millions of Milkshakes. You won't regret it.
Okay, this man, everything he touches is gold.
The Insider is on.
LaToya Jackson mixes it up. Rocking orange and silver, LaToya dished out drinks for AIDS Project Los Angeles at Millions of Milkshakes in West Hollywood.
It's your boy Ron Artest. Come check out my shake at Millions of Milkshakes.
Stars come in here, they create their own milkshakes, they're all personalized, and hundreds of people crush into here because they want to try exactly what the stars are eating.
Housewife of Atlanta star Kim Zolciak served up her own signature shake at Millions of Milkshakes.
はすごく可愛くて美味しそうだけど。
シェイクショップミリオンズオブミルクシェイクス。
Donnie and Kim, after their performance of Dancing with the Stars, they went to Millions of Milkshakes.
Osmond and Johnson, the milkshakes we want.
So John Gosselin was all over LA this weekend.
And can't make this up, getting a milkshake named after him at Millions of Milkshakes.
Hollywood.tv capturing the chaos as John hit Millions of Milkshakes in LA this weekend.
They've got a John Gosselin shake.
This shake has 8 ingredients, one for each child.
Speaking of sexy, look at this photo of dancing star Karina wearing absolutely nothing. It's all part of a PETA ad, and I showed the final product to Karina and her dancing partner Aaron Carter last night at Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes, beneath the net.
I'm doing an event at Millions of Milkshakes.
Our own insider and dancing star moonlighting at Millions of Milkshakes in LA.
This is going to be Niecy's Strawberry Jiggly Bits.
She was joined by her partner Louie, boyfriend Jay, her mom, and fellow dancing castmate Buzz Aldrin.
Across town, Tony and Maxim getting their hands dirty at Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes, baby. Stepping off the plane, heading to my scene on Santa Monica Boulevard. Feel it in the air, gonna conquer my dreams. Catapult into the stars. Hey, I made it just in time. Heroes, I'm getting mine. Flashing lights all for myself. Hey, the star was meant to shine. I made it for headlines. Spotlight all for myself.
I like the millions of milkshakes behind her. She looks like she was pounding down milkshakes during that interview.
That place is amazing.
Which is great.
You can actually make your own. It's like a full condiment bar of everything. You can make your own.
We should all go. Can we
Customized.
schedule that?
That
Road
morning-
trip. Millions
that
of
morning show
milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes for Miley. Millions of milkshakes for Miley. Lindsay Lohan, millions of milkshakes.
Booty
shake, Kardashians is the booty shake.
Flashing lights all for myself. Hey, the star was
Hollywood.tv got a lot more stars.
The Kardashian girls, their dangerous curves as they head to Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood to the hotspot Millions of Milkshakes.
They created their own milkshake.
All right, I did not eat dinner. This is going to be my dinner tonight.
It is good to be a Kardashian.
Hey, the star was meant to shine. I made the front headlines. Spotlight all for myself. Shake it up. Rockstars running from the paparazzi. A million milkshakes. Watch 'em go so sexy. Time to shake it up. It's time to shake it up. You know it's coming. Sweet glamour candy. Rockstars running from the paparazzi. A million milkshakes. Watch 'em go so sexy. Time to shake it up. It's time to shake it up. Shake it, shake it. I've arrived at the quarter to 5 on my child with heaven. All eyes on me. It's everything I ever wanted and more. Even a war with GPS.
Antoine Dodson has been catapulted into an internet superstar. That's the reason for all the attention he got when he showed up at Millions of Milkshakes in West Hollywood tonight.
Day 2 of Antoine Dodson. Yeah, the storm is continuing. He went to Millions of Milkshakes. He made his milkshake.
I guess we're gonna start the anti-bed intruders shake.
Nadia Octomom Suleiman and her entire brood made a Hollywood appearance, arriving in a coach bus at Millions of Milkshakes.
A rare public appearance tonight for Nadia Suleiman and her 14 children.
A normal day is me just struggling and surviving and staying afloat with my kids and just trying to put food on the table. So I'm working very hard at that.
Tonight, Suleiman had enough energy to haul all the kids, 14, several babysitters, to Millions of Milkshakes in West Hollywood.
Yes, Octomom's Milkshakes brought all the fertility doctors to the yard last night, and a ton of cameras, too.
She was at Millions of Milkshakes in Hollywood, and she rented a giant bus to bring her and all of her kids.
He was at Millions of Milkshakes.
John hit Millions of Milkshakes in LA this weekend.
Jason Waller's a former cast member of MTV's The Hills and Laguna Beach. On the red carpet was there when Waller showed up at Millions of Milkshakes.
I've arrived at the quarter to 5 on my child with heaven.
I love Millions of Milkshakes.
All right.
Hey, everybody at Millions of Milkshakes.
Millions of milkshakes, millions of milkshakes, millions of milkshakes.
Couldn't say it.
Millions of milkshakes are the best. Millions of milkshakes are the best. Millions of milkshakes are the best.
The latest craze in frozen treats is building your own milkshake. Shiraz Hassan, founder of Millions of Milkshakes, is here.
and Millions of Milkshakes is the best milkshakes in the world.